WESH 2 Sports is sponsored by Mullinax Ford, Florida's largest Ford retailer. For upfront pricing and no dealer fees, shop Mullinax, where car buying is simple, easy, fun.
Friday night, under the lights, we are like a jet, we taking a flight. I know my worth, we taking the price, we taking a risk, we rolling the dice. Friday night, under the lights, we are like a jet, we taking a flight. I know my worth, we taking the price, we taking a risk, we rolling the dice.
It is already week 7. The season is going to be gone before we know it. Hello, everybody. Alongside Kristen Lago, I'm Darren Stoltz. It's another gorgeous night of high school football across Central Florida. Nice to say that. But the schedule was a bit lighter.
Yeah, the Orange County Public Schools off today in observance of the Jewish New Year, but still plenty of football to get to here on Friday Night Hits.
No need to panic. Our game of the week, a rivalry showdown in Oviedo. The Mayor's Cup on the line as Haggerty hosted Oviedo. These two schools are separated by about 5 miles.
I'd say that's pretty close. Oviedo has dominated this rivalry, winning 14 of the last 17 meetings. Haggerty hasn't hoisted the Mayor's Cup since 2016. Would tonight be the night the Huskies could turn the tide?
Coach O was hoping not. Haggerty senior class, they're looking to defend their home field, win their first ever Mayor's Cup. All Huskies early on. Handoff to Porter Williams. Looks like a young Christian McCaffrey. Look at him go. 21 in for the touchdown. Huskies led 21-7 at one point in this one. But hey, here come the Lions roaring back. Chance Nixon makes one cut. He's in for the score. Makes it a 7-point game. Once they got the momentum, they kept the momentum. This time, Jerome Curry calls his own number. Loses his lid, but he is in for the score. That's just a little extra flair, right? Mayor's Cup will stay with the Lions for another year. Oviedo takes it 42-28, the final score. With more from our game of the week and that big old trophy. Here's Zach Basketball.
Hey there, Darren and Kristen. The Mayor's Cup domination for Oviedo over Haggerty continues. The Lions have now won 8 straight in their contest against their closest rival. The Huskies opened up a 21-7 lead in the first half, only to see the Lions rattle off 21 unanswered of their own in the middle of the game. Oviedo's streak of at least 40 points in every game this season lives on, but most importantly for them, they keep the Mayor's Cup for another year.
We circle this game every year where we know it's going to be a well-attended game. They've been playing against these guys since Pop Warner, and so for them to come out and get a victory, they wanted to. The senior class has never lost to Haggerty, and that was a point of emphasis this week.
It's just a legacy game, playing them every year. We just got to dominate every year and beat them. It just adds a lot to our culture at Oviedo. I mean, that's just another one in the book. Another senior class that hasn't lost to Haggerty, so just another one.
So Oviedo improves to 5-1 on the year. Coming up next week, they will hit the road to take on a Lake Howell team. Meanwhile, it'll be Haggerty falling to 4-3 on the season. They will pay a visit to Lake Brantley coming up on Thursday. At our game of the week, Zach Maskovich, WESH 2 Sports.
Thank you, Zach. Really cool choice for our fan pick poll game tonight. Winter Springs at Space Coast. Both teams stellar starts to the season. The Bears are 4-1. They had 1 win in their last 3 seasons combined.
Wow. And for Space Coast, the Vipers are 5-2 and able to field a full team, thanks in part to nearly $18,000 donation earlier this year. That is so cool from the Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation.
Got to live up to something after that.
The Space Coast Vipers bust through to take the field. All right, we're going to start here in the first quarter. Mekhi McBurst rolls far side. No one open. A pack of Vipers will take him down for the sack. Sack party. I love it. The horn section loves it too, probably more than me. Zion Sandy heaves it, tipped, and intercepted by Kyler McBurst. He will return it for 17 yards. Winter Springs would score just before half. Tristan Raines with the tough catch and touchdown coming off that play. The Bears pick up a nice road win here, 16-0 is the final score.
All right, Titusville making the trip to Sanford, hoping to spoil Seminoles' homecoming, but the Noles came out firing. Wrong side of the 50 here, but it does not matter. Jamani Robinson takes it to the outside, makes one cut, and breaks free. It's too easy. 8 gets 6, 7-0 Noles. Terriers driving after that. This is not how they drew it up. Ball is batted, tipped, and somehow David Coleman reels it in. Seminoles take over. They make them pay. Ensuing drive, Michael Clayton to Xavier Tucker. touchdown, 13-0 after a missed PAT. Then Clayton finds Tucker again, almost for a touchdown. He'll be down at the 1, but the Noles would score the next play. They rip off 20 points in the first quarter, hang on to win 33-10. The final score. Well, after a hot start and a couple close losses, Lake Mary had not won a game in nearly a month until last week.
Sounds crazy. They bounced back with a huge 52-3 win on the road at Hagerty. Tonight, the Rams back at home, back against some standout competition. North Miami Beach making their way to Lake Mary. Now, Scott Perry did tell Darren that they had some trouble finding teams to play them, but you know what? Let's just say Noah Grubbs and the Rams were ready to go against South Florida competition tonight. Took Lake Mary 40 seconds to score on their opening drive. The Chargers trying to answer. Chris Polanco floats it to Klein Giles. Touchdown, North Miami Beach. That's the only time the Chargers would see the end zone, because here come the Rams. Grubbs zips it to Brian Williams Jr., who does the rest. Speeds into the end zone for the Lake Mary lead, and the Rams, they never looked back. 6 touchdowns from the Lake Mary offense. They topped the Chargers 42-7. Gave the baby cheerleaders coming up, I got to give them some love. Come on, come on. There we go. Quite a lot to cheer about.
We're in a hurry, Kristen. All right, one thing we appreciate about the First Academy, they certainly know how to put on a show. Royals taking the field here against Rabun Gap out of Georgia. I pitched a game in high school against Rabun Gap. All right, first drive of the game. Nobody cares. Quick work there. They drop it in the bucket there. Marshall Pritchett scores. Eagles up 7 early, but TFA answers right back. Salomon Georges calls his own number. The quarterback taking some hits in for 6, tie game. Royals try to add to it, but Georges will be picked off by Colin Green. He takes it to the house for the Eagles, and how about this? TFA puts up a fight, but they fall to Rabun Gap out of Georgia, 49-42, the final score.
All righty, to Bishop Moore we go. Hornets cheerleaders trying to get the home team buzzing. I'd say it worked. Second quarter action. Bjorn Jurgensen hands off to Amare Johnson for the easy tutty. Puts Bishop Moore up 20-6 at that point, but they were not done. After the break here, Jurgensen will roll to his right, finds Magnus Talma right in the corner of the end zone, and I think you're sensing a theme. It was all Bishop Moore tonight. OCP scoreless in the second half. 41-6 is the final.
That's how you bounce back after a loss.
All right, Hawaiian night over at Lyman. The Greyhounds in their luau finest tonight, taking on the Silverhawks. Lake Howell down by 13 at the half. Didn't get better for them right here. Fumble! The Hounds will recover. And let me tell you, they were barking over at Lyman. Next possession, Braylon Sanchez gets it off to Sal Scaglione. Check out the moves, breaking ankles out there, making everyone miss as he will fall into the end zone. Lyman takes down Lake Howell 28-16.
All right, Chopper 2 high over a battle of Bulldogs. Umatilla at Tavares tonight. Tamuri Collins came to play. Tavares will hand the ball off to number 4 here. He will get in for the score. Just like that, Bulldogs starting to get barking. A couple minutes later, further out, same plan, same result. How about number 4 takes the ball and goes 50-plus yards all the way to the house for another Tavares touchdown. Bulldogs from Tavares win 48-12 final score. Over in Eustis, it was a cat fight. Panthers welcoming the Lions from Foundation Academy into the den. Lions driving here. Matthew Austin rolling to his left, lofts it up to Braden Holcomb. Braden breaks free. Looks like he's going for the score, but great play. Woo. Forcing the fumble for Eustis. This was a tight ball game, and Eustis, partly because of that play right there, picks up their first win of the season, 13-10. The final score. We are just getting started here. Some out-of-town scores to get to. Toho over Lake Brantley by 10. South Sumter doubles up Lake Mineola.
And more scores for you from around the area here. Masters Academy blanks Cocoa Beach 49-0. And then St. Cloud with a 26 win over the Gateway Panthers.
All right, when we come back, more action from across Central Florida, including a trip to Volusia County for a few big-time showdowns.
There we go. And out in Brevard County, the Cocoa Tigers continuing their gauntlet of a schedule. We got highlights from the jungle coming up next.
Custom weather alerts on the WESH 2 app. Download it today.
Welcome back. Out in Brevard County, the Cocoa Tigers are chasing a 3rd straight state title, but before they can even get to the postseason, they've got to run through a gauntlet of a schedule.
Yeah, head coach Ryan Schneider told us before the season they'd play the Dolphins on I-95 if they wanted a game. And you know what? I'm starting to believe him with the teams on this schedule right here. Tonight, it was the Vikings from Norland up from Miami, another team ranked in the top 50 in the country. Cocoa down 20 in the 3rd. Brady Hart fade route to Javon Boggs, 26-yard pickup, but the drive would end on a missed field goal. Fourth quarter now, Neo Yapur drops back, intercepted by Anthony Williams. The story of this game was the O-line for the Vikings. Too much for the Tigers. Omar Jeffries Jr. bounces far side and scores a shocker in Tiger Town tonight. Cocoa drops their third of the year, 33-14.
All right, up in Port Orange, the Hawks of Spruce Creek hosting the Hawks of Vieira.
Oh, gosh.
Spruce Creek soaring. P.J. Miller to Tony Kinsler. Long touchdown for Spruce Creek. They were cruising 35 points in the first half. They never slowed down. Third quarter handoff to Charles Atkins, and he makes it look easy. Spruce Creek soars, 62-27 final score.
All right, seems like a theme tonight. Orlando programs taking on out-of-town talent. Jesuit from Tampa taking on University OC. Malachi Walters unleashes the cannon to J.R. Cook Jr. Trots down the sideline for the touchdown. But this game as back and forth as they come. Walters again, looks like some confusion on this one because it goes right into the hands of Jesuits. Caden Henderson.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, though, because check out this next play right here. Tiger's going to give it right back to the Titans. Jermaine Hayes will haul in the pick. It's a tight one in Orange City. Titans just hold off the Tigers 35-33.
Why not? All right, Deltona hasn't had the easiest go so far this season. They've lost 4 straight coming into tonight's game against the Pine Ridge Panthers. Started off well. Handoff to Demarion Phillips. There's a touchdown. And he was the star, the story for the Wolves tonight. He's going to score a second TD here. How about Deltona getting their second win of the season? 15-12, the final score. Right up in Daytona Stadium, DeLand was on the road trying to bounce back after a 4-game win streak was emphatically snapped by Spruce Creek last week.
Mainland, on the other hand, was coming off their first win of the year following a 5-game losing streak to start the season. Not good there. But
They
we're
are
going to give
defending state
some
champions.
props to the fans here. We're going to check out the student section. Rockin' pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Love to see it. I also love to see touchdowns. DeLand, known for the ground and pound, and there it is. Taj Moore trots in for the touchdown. But you know what? Mainland is going to give that ground and pound right back to DeLand. Check out the following play right here. Look at the Buccaneers.
Look at that.
Coming
Making
back,
one
Edward
touch.
Williams. Mainland makes it 2 in a row. 42-27 is the final.
All right, over the Mount. The Hurricanes of Mount Dora hosting Matanzas tonight. Mount Dora absolutely exploding in the third quarter, which we always appreciate below the chopper. On the doorstep, they hand it to Jaron Reynolds. He is in for the touchdown. They go for 2, and Reynolds is the one who reels it in. Hurricanes storming. They do it on defense, too. How about Dada Simon with the pick 6? They get another touchdown in the third as well. A 22-point third quarter. Hurricanes blow past the Pirates, 36-zip. Mount Dora's 5-1.
Not too far away. 7-0 Mount Dora Christian hosting Christ Church Academy, trying to stay unbeaten. Eagles flying early. C.J. Barnes will reel in the long pass. It gets pushed out just inside the 10, but later in the drive, Kyrie Wilson will go in for the score, and it's the Eagles who soar to the win. The Bulldogs unbeaten no more. 42-21 is the final score.
First loss of the season for Mount Dora Christian. All right, some scores from around the area. Melbourne Christian, Melbourne Central Catholic. The Hustlers win 49-0 because they were hustling. Bulldogs take it over Bayside 27-13.
One more set of scores for you on this Friday. Rockledge falls to Mandarin 24-7. Meantime, the Martin County Tigers take down the Palm Bay Pirates 20-7.
All right. We got an interesting schedule next week in week 8 as well. Some big Thursday night clashes in a Lake Mary Seminole, a Popka Cocoa, some big University Orange City Spruce Creek. Some good football on the way. All right, for Kristen, Zach, and everybody behind the scenes here, thanks for hanging out with us on Friday Night Hits. We'll see you next time.
We walk for one goal, to live in a world without Alzheimer's. Join us for the 2024 Walk to End Alzheimer's this Saturday here at Lake Eola Park. Or go to WESH.com to find a walk near you. Because finding a cure starts with one step.
Kellyanne Class on WESH 2 News.